Okay, so I had a request to record a video on how to use the graphing calculator. So I'm going to do one of the problems that we did in class and see if this helps. So this is a screen using a different app than what you guys have, but it should be a little bit clearer than when I try and do it on my calculator. So when you're graphing, you're always going to look over here at the y equals, click that, and then you're going to go ahead and type in your equation. So usually some of the first questions I get are where's the x, which is right here next to that green alpha button. Also, where is x squared? Okay, so that's down here, kind of up to the left from the 7. So those are the kind of the main questions I usually get as far as how to enter the equation. So let's go ahead and type one that we did in class. Let's do, so 0.5 times x plus 4 squared minus 8. And then I'm going to hit graph. All right, so here's your window. And remember that we're looking for 3 key features: the vertex, your x-intercepts, and your y-intercept. So for this one, let's just start with our vertex. So this happens to be a minimum because it has a lowest point. If I were to go in and add a negative sign and graph, you see that it flips your graph upside down and you end up with a maximum. But in our case, I'm going to take that out. We have a minimum. So the way that you're going to most accurately calculate your vertex is you're going to go to second trace. You're going to choose minimum. Okay, and now it's asking for left bound. So that means I'm going to use my left and right arrows, and I just have to get it someplace to the left of my vertex. So I'm just going to keep scrolling until I get anywhere to the left of my vertex. Okay, so that's fine. Hit enter. Now I'm going to use my right arrow, and I'm going to go anywhere to the right of my vertex. Okay, hit enter. Remember, you just hit enter for guess. That's a stupid feature. And then here is my vertex. One of the other things that I pointed out in class was that you have to use your common sense here. Negative 3.99999 is negative 4. Okay, so your vertex is actually at negative 4, negative 8. Okay, so there's my vertex. For my x-intercepts and my y-intercept, really kind of what you guys are using is your table. Okay, remember for our x-intercepts, it's where y is 0. Okay, so I see 1 here. I'm going to scroll up my table, and I see another one here at negative 8, 0. Okay, so negative 8, 0, and 0, 0. Now, as far as my y-intercept, in this particular problem, my y-intercept is the same as one of my x-intercepts. But one of the other ways that I told you guys you could find the y-intercept is if you do trace, and then you can type in any value for x, and it will give you the y value. In this case, when we're looking for our y-intercept, your x value is always 0. So I could hit trace 0, enter, and that gives me my y-intercept, which again is 0, 0 as well. All right, let's talk about one more. So I'm going to clear this one, and let's do, put this in x-intercept form. So x minus 1 and x plus 5. Close graph. Okay, so once again, we do have a minimum, for this one. So I'm going to go to second trace and choose minimum. And then see how it says left bound? I need to get my cursor anywhere to the left of my vertex. So hit enter. And then my right bound is anywhere to the right. So if I go super high up here, that's fine because it's somewhere on the right of my vertex. Enter, enter for guess. And this, again, would be -2, -9. Okay, you're going to round this. So -2, -9 for my vertex. As long as I'm on the screen, we'll go ahead and find our y-intercept. So remember we hit trace. For our y-intercept, x is always 0. So I'm going to type in 0, enter, and there's my y-intercept. I can also get my y-intercept from the table. Okay, so again, y-intercept is when x is 0. So right here I see 0, -5. Corresponds to what I found using trace. And then my x-intercepts are where y is 0. And I happen to be able to see those very quickly right here on my table. So -5, 0, and 1, 0. Okay, and hopefully that's enough to help.